Namaste to all of you. Welcome to yet another session of astrology. So, as always, let's begin the session. So, all of you, please close your eyes and pray along with me. First, let's pray to Lord Ganesha and Ma Saraswati, who are the givers of this divine knowledge. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Let's pray to all the great masters, Maharishis, and sages who have given us this knowledge. Let's pray to our parents. Let's pray to our Kula Devata. Let's pray to our Ishta Devata. Let's pray to the Rashi Mandala, the Graha Mandala, and the Nakshatra Mandala. Pray and seek their blessings so that we are bestowed with this divine knowledge by which we can help ourselves and also the society. So, in the last session, we started about nakshatras. So, you should actually be familiar with the names of the nakshatras. You should by heart the sequence of the nakshatras. If somebody tells their nakshatra, you must be able to point out in which Rashi that nakshatra is placed. So, it'll take a little bit of time to by heart it, but you can do it. It's a good mental exercise also. So last week we covered the characteristics of 5 nakshatras: Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, and Mrigashira. Now we'll be continuing with the characteristics of the subsequent nakshatras. It is very interesting. You can just listen to it as a story. Sure, there are many points about each of the nakshatras. It will be difficult to remember. The best thing is always correlate it with the person whom you know. Around you, just look if a person belongs to that nakshatra, then remember their characteristics and what I'm telling. Try to correlate. It will be easier to remember it. So I'll start the session. I'll share the screen. So today is the 17th session. After Mrigashira, we have the Aridra Nakshatra. Now this Nakshatra, the symbol is a tear drop. Yeah, it's a different kind of a unique symbol, but it has got some significance. Whenever we tell about the symbol, it helps us to understand the characteristics of the nakshatra in a better way. We can understand and remember it in a better way. That's why we use symbols. So this is represented by a teardrop. Now, when do we get tears? Whenever we are in pain, when we are in sorrow, we get teardrops. So people who are born in this nakshatra, usually they undergo a lot of intense experiences, we can say. That intense experiences will give them some learning, some kind of transformation. So this is a nakshatra which will help you to get rid of the old patterns and will make path for new understandings, a transformation. And the deity The devata for this nakshatra is Rudra. Now, Rudra, it is said that Rudra is a fierce form of Lord Shiva, and he was born from the tears of Brahma. So he's a fierce form of Lord Shiva. Again, Rudra signifies destruction. Now, when I say destruction, you must not take it in a negative manner. This destruction of Rudra is like a constructive destruction. He destroys all that is stagnant, all that is old, all that is not required, and he makes a path for new transformations, new understandings. And the planet, the Devata is Rudra, the planet for Aridra Nakshatra, the planet which owns Aridra Nakshatra is Rahu. Now, Rahu is a planet, we all know that he is very good in creating chaos, confusion, disorder. But at the same time, Rahu has a great thirst for knowledge. If you see, Aridra is a nakshatra which is found in the Orion constellation. It is one of the brightest star in the Orion constellation. And because it is represented by a teardrop, it is known as a star of sorrow. Okay, so Aridra natives, as I said earlier, they undergo different kind of intense, experiences in their life. And through that, they learn a lot of lessons. That means through their hardships, they learn lessons. But they have a great thirst for knowledge. And many a times, they are so much bent in learning new things that they lose themselves. Very bold people, highly sensitive. And since this is a nakshatra that is found in Karkataka Rashi, which is an emotional sign, many a time their decisions, they're not based on their logic or calculations. It is more based on their emotions. Rather, we can say they take their decisions from their heart rather than the mind. Instead of thinking, very emotional they are, because it is posited in the Karkataka Rashi. Looking at the characteristics of Aridra Nakshatra, these people are quick thinkers and good decision makers. They have got a very good memory and good communication skills. And this nakshatra is placed in Mithuna Rashi, not in Karkataka Rashi. It is placed in Mithuna Rashi. And these people have a lot of compassion, sharp minds, intelligent, so they can become very good innovators, because they have got very good intelligence. They can become good innovators. And these people, they are very good in recycling old things. We might feel something is useless, but they're so intelligent, they will reuse what we discard it as waste. They will make some plans of reusing. And they continue to learn till their last days, because they have a great thirst for knowledge. So if you see the symbol, it is a teardrop. The deity is Rudra. And the planetary lord is Rahu. Gana is Manushya Gana. This nakshatra belongs to Manushya Gana. These nakshatra people are quick learners, but at the same time, they're very stubborn. And since Rahu is the planet which owns Aridra Nakshatra, sometimes they're very impulsive. They're quick thinkers, they're impulsive. And because of their impulsive nature, sometimes they land into problems. And many things interest them. So they find it difficult to stick to one particular job. They're always on the search out, because they're interested in so many different fields that they cannot stick to one particular job. And Gemini itself is a dual Rashi. Mithuna is a dual Rashi, where the Rashi environment itself is like, they're always on the search for new things. So that same characteristic is found in Aridra Nakshatra. And within the family, they have very limited number of close friends, we can say. Deeply curious. These people are highly curious, analytical. So they want to, it's like, they always want to understand why something happens. So they always have a question, why, what, when. So very, very curious kind of people. Because of this curiosity, they like to investigate things, and rather than simply accepting things as they are, they'll put lot of questions to understand. So that is their nature. So they have a strong desire for knowledge, because Mithuna Rashi is governed by Mercury, which is a planet of learning. That's why these people have a quest for knowledge. They're always, they're attracted to science, technology. That is because of Rahu, research, psychology, and occult subjects. Anything mysterious or unconventional, they'll be attracted to it. Then now Aridra is a nakshatra that is associated with Rudra, and Rudra is considered as the lord of storms and destruction. You have to understand, whenever there is a storm, the storm will be followed by clarity. It's like, see, when there's storms, heavy rains, it will create a lot of destruction. But at the same time, after the storm stops, there is a kind of peace, a kind of silence. So these storms are always followed by silence. In the same way, there is also clarity, which comes to these people. So life will give them lot of intense experiences. It will break the old patterns, old structures, and eventually something new and something better is created. That is the quality of this nakshatra. Emotionally, they are very, very intense, and because the symbol itself, it gives teardrop. Teardrop is the symbol of Aridra nakshatra. So they experience emotions very strongly, but not always. They're not always expressing it, though they experience a lot of emotions very deeply. They may not express it to the outside world. Very straightforward. These people are straightforward. Because of Rahu and Rahu's influence, they can be very blunt sometimes, and they can be questioning things. See, without, they'll not have the intention, but since sometimes they speak very bluntly, their speech might hurt others unintentionally. Independent thinking they have got. They don't like to follow traditions. In the sense, simply they don't like to accept it. They'll always ask the reason behind the traditions. They would like to discover the truth and then follow it. And see, since they undergo a lot of hardships in their life, it teaches them some life lessons, which in turn makes them very strong, more wiser, and more matured. So they have a natural attraction towards innovation, technology, and very good in creating new things. We can say that is innovation. But they have a rebellious streak. That means, because of Rahu's influence, they are rebels. That is natural to them. They like to challenge authority. Then any traditional established belief is there, they would like to question it, challenge it, and if there is some restriction, they would like to break it. Then they also have a kind of a dual nature. That is because of Gemini, Mithuna Rashi, which is a dual Rashi. One moment they'll be very humorous, lively. The other moment they become serious. So they have got a dual nature. So what we can say is, Aridra is like a storm that clears the sky. See, before the rain, the sky becomes dark. It will have dark clouds. After the storm, the sky becomes clear and blue. In the same way, Aridra is a nakshatra which brings the storm, but also clarity after the storm. So we can say, just like how Rudra brings destruction, but destruction is not negative, not necessarily negative. It can be a constructive destruction. So this is what Aridra represents. But these characters, these are the positive characters. Some of the negative things is they might be very restless, overthinking, and emotionally not stable, sometimes harsh speech. They can be rebels, excessive curiosity. Even excessive curiosity will lead to a lot of headaches. So they'll be having excessive curiosity and difficulty in accepting authority. They can't work under anybody. They cannot accept anybody's rules and regulations. So this is what Aridra Nakshatra tells about. So if you are seeing, the deity is Rudra, symbol is teardrop, and the planet that owns is Rahu. So these are the different characteristics, So if you see the story of Rudra, according to the traditional story, Rudra was created from the tears of Lord Brahma. So Rudra is a fierce, powerful, and destructive, uncontrollable form of Lord Shiva, we can say. So this is what Aridra means. So see, we look at Aridra as a destructive nakshatra or a destructive fierce energy. But sometimes this kind of energy is required to establish new beginnings. Just imagine there's a dry, dusty land that has become lifeless. When there is no water, land becomes barren and lifeless. But suddenly there are dark clouds which gather, and there is a thunder, lightning in the sky, and a heavy rain. What happens? The storm looks destructive, but the purpose is different. What is happening? After the storm passes, when it is raining, you feel it is destructive. But after the storm passes, you see that the whole land has become wet, it has become fertile, and new life begins. So this destruction makes way for new beginnings. That is Aridra. So that's why Aridra people, they undergo a lot of intense experiences in their life. And eventually these experiences become the source of their strength. They become more wiser, and there'll be a great transformation in their lives. So they become better individual, we can say. What the storm destroys, it also makes way for a new life. That is about Aridra Nakshatra. The next nakshatra is Punarvashu Nakshatra. Now, this is the nakshatra of Lord Sri Rama, Punarvasu Nakshatra. He was born in Punarvasu Nakshatra. So, Punarvasu is the 7th nakshatra. You have the Lord of Punarvasu Nakshatra is Jupiter. And Punarvasu Nakshatra belongs to Deva Gana. It's the birth star of Lord Rama. Here, when you say Punarvasu, it is made up of two words, Punar and Vasu. Punar means again, return. Vasu means it's a ray of light or hope. So, after the destruction of Aridra, we are having the nakshatra of Punarvasu. Here we are talking about light, hope, the return of light, the restoration, reputation. So people who belong to Punarvasu Nakshatra, if you see, they're very polite, tactful, very clever in business. So here, the people who belong to Punarvasu Nakshatra, they're very optimistic and positive. That is their nature. They find a positivity in all situations. And they have a strong faith, that things are going to become all right. That's the kind of faith that they have. That's the kind of mentality that they have. Even after difficulties, even if they're undergoing some kind of difficulty, they have a strong faith that eventually things will become good. And though they face setbacks, they have the ability or the capacity to start things again. Here, Punarvasu is a return of the ray of light or return of hope. So this is a star which succeeds Aridra Nakshatra. Aridra Nakshatra, which is a star of sorrow and destruction. After that comes Punarvasu Nakshatra, which brings life again. So here it is more calm. The rejuvenation process happens. After the destruction, the rejuvenation happens. Here, the people who are born in Punarvasu Nakshatram, usually they're associated with big families, or they like to be connected with large groups. They'll have a huge family. And the thing about Punarvasu Nakshatra is whatever happens, it happens in pairs. That means if they try to do something in the first attempt, they fail. In the second attempt, they succeed. So this is very prominent feature of this nakshatra. Anything that happens will happen in pairs. Very generous and kind-hearted people, we can say. So the symbol for Punarvasa Nakshatra is a bow and a quiver full of arrows. So what does this represent? See, the bow and a never-ending quiver of arrows actually explains the endless energy of this nakshatra. No matter how many arrows they shoot, the arrows are going to come back into the quiver. See, even if you look at the symbols, Lord Rama was born in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Whenever you look at the picture of Rama, you see him carrying a bow and a quiver of arrows. That is the symbol of Punarvasu Nakshatra. And another symbol for this is the house or an abode. When do we come to a house? After we are tired, we just come back to the house, and when we come to our house, we feel very comfortable. It's a place where we relax. It's a place where we feel comfortable. So this is a nakshatra for which the symbol is also a abode or house. So people who are in Punarvasu Nakshatra, they'll do good in construction, renovation business, real estate, and hotel business also, they'll do really good. And one more characteristics of this nakshatra is Punarvasu Nakshatra people, they would like to spend more time at home, and they want to work from home. That is one thing which they like. And people who are born in this nakshatra, they have complete faith in God. They trust, they have got a lot of faith in God, and they're very religious, because this is a nakshatra that is owned by Jupiter. Jupiter represents religion. So they are very religiously inclined. They like to live a simple life. Whatever they have, they're satisfied with it, very contented. And they like to follow traditions, ancient traditions and beliefs, and give a lot of importance to dharma. See, it is Lord Rama's nakshatra, so you can understand how dharmic Lord Rama was. In the same way, people who are born in this nakshatra, they don't like to do anything illegal. Very, very dharmic. And they do not like to cause trouble to anybody. If somebody is in need, they are always ready to help. And they like to lead a simple life. Very philosophical and spiritual. Why philosophical? Because philosophy, religion, then spirituality, teaching, all these are the characteristics of Jupiter. And this is a nakshatra that is owned by Jupiter. And same, just like Aridra Nakshatra, these people also don't like any kind of restrictions. They need their space. They need the space to think, to explore, and they want to take their own decisions. Then they're very adjustable. That is one thing about them. Very, very adjustable. And the deity for Punarvasu Nakshatra is Aditi. Aditi is the universal mother. She is the mother for all the devatas. And she is the deity for Punarvasu Nakshatra. So Aditi itself represents qualities like caring, nourishment, then protection. So those will be the characteristics of Punarvasu Nakshatra people also. And if whatever happen, they'll always have this feeling things will become better. So that kind of optimism they'll have, the kind of faith they'll have that things are going to become all right. So Aridra is a nakshatra of destruction and storm, and the next nakshatra that comes is Punarvashu, which signifies return of light. That means there is renewal, rejuvenation, restoration. So the storm has passed, now life must begin. That is the nature of Punarvasu Nakshatra. So if you see the mythological story that is connected to this nakshatra is, see, Aditi is the deity for Punarvasu Nakshatra. She is the goddesses. I mean, she is the mother for all the devatas. When you talk about Aditi, Aditi represents infinity or limitlessness, we can say, motherhood, nourishment, and freedom. So, what happens is, there was, if I talk about the mythological story, there was a demon that he is known as Mahabali. He was so powerful that he conquered all the worlds. And even the Devatas, they lost their positions because Mahabali had conquered their Loka also. So Aditi was feeling very bad that her sons had lost the position and they had lost the kingdom. So she did an intense tapasya to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu was pleased by her tapasya, and he agreed to be born as her son. And he was born as her son, that is Vamana, the fifth avatar of Lord Mahavishnu, a small boy. And what he does is he goes to Mahabali and he asks for some kind of boon from Mahabali. And Mahabali agrees to it. He says, "You can ask me anything that you want." He's a small, very cute looking Brahmin boy with lot of tejas because he is Mahavishnu himself. He just asks for 3 steps of land. And Mahabali agrees to that. So what happens with one step, he covers the earth. With the other step, he covers the skies. And there's the third step which is left, for which Mahabali offers his head. And the Lord places his feet on Mahabali and he pushes him to Patala. And by this, he restores the kingdom for the Devatas. So what this signifies is Aditi was capable, or she was instrumental in bringing back the lost kingdom for her sons, that is for the Devatas. So this nakshatra is connected with Aditi. So they have got the capacity to restore or to bring back what has been lost. So that's why it is known as the return of light or return of the original state. So what is lost, what this nakshatra symbolizes is what is lost, it can again be regained. So this signifies the return of the light, the shift from darkness to light. So this is the characteristics of Punarvasu Nakshatra. So bow and quiver full of arrows. So you have to understand that the deity, the planet that rules, the Rashi in which this nakshatra is placed, all that will influence the characteristic of the nakshatra. So the first three padas are found in Mithuna Rashi. The fourth pada you'll find in Karkataka Rashi. So they also have a lot of patience and very, very friendly towards people around them. So very simple, contented with whatever they have, forgiving nature, honest, very dharmic, and though they are very simple and contented with life, we see that many of the Punarvasu natives are actually very rich, very prosperous. So that is the characteristics of Punarvasu Nakshatra. They also like travel. So this is about Punarvasu Nakshatra. Next nakshatra, that is the 8th nakshatra. Look at the number. It is 8. And it is ruled by Saturn. Saturn signifies number 8. So whichever nakshatras are ruled by Saturn, you see the 8 appearing again and again. So this is a nakshatra which belongs to Devagana. It is ruled by Saturn, and the deity for this is Guru, that is Brihaspati. The planet Jupiter is the deity for Pushya Nakshatra. Brihaspati is the Guru for the Devatas only. So you can see the characteristics of Brihaspati and the characteristics of Saturn, both planets of experience and wisdom. They bestow their characteristics to Pushya Nakshatra. So if you see the meaning of Pushya, Pushya all means to nourish, to strengthen. That is the meaning of Pushya. So this nakshatra is strongly connected with nourishment, protection, growth, and wisdom. So this nakshatra people are basically, they like to explore the supreme truth because they have the influence of Jupiter, who is a planet of wisdom, and the planet of justice, that is Saturn. So they always like to go behind truth. They're very devoted to God. They have a very balanced and calm mind. Kind of soft people, we can say, very timid and cautious in their approach. So if you see, Pushya Nakshatra is said to be the king among all the stars because that is such a wonderful nakshatra. It provides that nourishment, If you see the symbol for Pushya Nakshatra, it's the udder of a cow which yields milk. As soon as there's life, you need nourishment, right? And that milk provides nourishment. We pray to the cow as a universal mother. Why do we do that? Because cow provides that nourishment for us. So the symbol for this nakshatra itself is a udder of the cow, which signifies nourishment. That's why this nakshatra is known as the king of all nakshatras. So it provides prosperity, comfort, and a very good auspicious nakshatra. That's why it is known as star of nourishment. And this nakshatra, the other symbol for this nakshatra is a lotus. See, if you look at all our gods, they'll be holding lotus. Lord Vishnu, he'll be holding a lotus. Mahalakshmi, she sits on a lotus. Saraswati, and many of the gods, you see them holding lotuses. What does this lotus signify? Lotus actually signifies pure knowledge. That's why it's given so much of importance in our Hindu culture. So even by that symbol, you can understand that the people who are born in this nakshatra are very, very knowledgeable. Even if they do not have any kind of formal education, these people will do very well in their career. They will go into high positions. So they're always ready to help others. They might undergo a lot of difficulties during their early age, but because of these difficulties, they become very matured at a very young age, very hardworking. This nature is given by Saturn, which is the ruler of this nakshatra. So always devoted to their work. They're interested in spirituality. They're interested in religion. Um, then we can say it is one of the best and the pure nakshatra. People who are born in this nakshatra are very loving, caring, nurturing. They will provide a strong emotional support. See, for others, they can provide that emotional support. They have that capacity of providing that emotional support to others. But many a time in the process, they end up getting hurt from those they consider close to themselves. They might consider somebody very close to them, and they will only hurt them. That is kind of uh, thing that happens. So, very responsible, dependable kind of people, because Saturn is the lord of Pushya Nakshatra. Saturn gives the characteristics such as responsibility, duty, discipline. So they have this kind of characteristics. Any commitment or any work you give them, they take it very seriously. And the deity for Pushya Nakshatra is Brihaspati. Now, Brihaspati is a planet of knowledge. So these people will have an inclination towards knowledge, teaching, very wise people. They'll be inclined towards spirituality, very dharmic in nature, and they respect traditions. They love to follow traditions, very respectful towards elders and teachers. They have, we can say, they have very strong and strong family values, we can say, and at the same time hardworking, and also they have got a lot of patience, because these are the qualities of Saturn. Because of this hardworking nature, and since they have got a lot of patience, there'll be steady growth in their life. Rather than quick results, it gives them a kind of a steady and strong results. They have the inclination to work patiently for long number of hours. Good advisors, because they have, this is got a combination of both Saturn and Jupiter. They have got the knowledge as well as the experience, so they can become very good advisors, and they can guide people when they are in difficult situations. They kind of they have got this protective nature. They like to protect the people whom they love. Spiritual inclination is there. They accept responsibility, do their duty sincerely, and because of this they find growth in their life. So this is what but some of the negative qualities is they trust people very easily, and sometimes they are too lazy. That is also one thing. Overly serious, conservative, or rigid, we can say. These are some of the negative qualities. Too concerned about their duty. That means they become committed, so they become so serious in life that they don't think about anything else. And overprotective, and you know uh, because of trusting people, sometimes they can also be hurt. So, see, Aridra, the storm of destruction. Punarvasu, where the light returns. That means the life again begins. After destruction, the life begins. Now, Pushya, after the life begins, it has to be nurtured, right? It has to be nurtured, and the right this one nourishment has to be given for the life to again begin, for it to grow. So Pushya is like the mother, the teacher, and the caretaker, who it combines the discipline of Saturn and the wisdom of Jupiter. Also, since it is found in Karkataka Rashi, it will have the nurturing capacity of Karkataka Rashi. Pushya is one of the most wonderful stars. They accept responsibilities, they take care of others. That's why it is known as a nourishing star. So if you see the mythological story that is connected with Pushya Nakshatra, the deity for Pushya Nakshatra is Brihaspati. Now, Brihaspati, he is the guru for the Devatas itself. There was a time, when the Devatas were losing their strength. So they wanted someone to support them, to guide them, just not to provide that physical strength, They wanted that inner strength, the guidance they wanted to flourish in life. They wanted some person's guidance. Then they choose Brihaspati as their guru. And because of under his guidance, the Devatas regained their strength and were able to overcome the difficulties they were facing. So this beautifully explains the quality of Pushya Nakshatra. The basic quality is nourishment, teaching, wisdom, protection, dharmic, giving guidance, helping in growth and prosperity. So this is what you can just imagine a child, who has gone through difficult period. The difficult period can be represented by a storm. And once the storm is cleared, there'll be a new beginning for the child. But the new beginning is not enough. He requires that nourishment. He requires somebody to take care of him, to teach him, to guide him. That is where Pushya comes into picture. He gives that nourishment for the child to grow. So this is the characteristics of Pushya Nakshatra. Next, we have the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So Aridra, Punarvasu, Pushya. Next comes Ashlesha. Now Ashlesha is the 9th nakshatra among the 27 nakshatra. It is the 9th nakshatra. Here, all the 4 padas of Ashlesha is in Karkataka Rashi. Ashlesha is ruled by Mercury. And this nakshatra is found in Karkataka Rashi. So you will have the influence of Mercury as well as the influence of Karkataka Rashi on the people who are born in this nakshatra. So whenever Mercury comes into picture, the first thing that comes to your mind is intelligence. So mentally, these people are very, very active and intelligent, very, very smart. So because of this intelligence, they always question what others might accept at face value. They will not take it at face value. They'll always be questioning. And highly intuitive. First, what does the word Ashlesha means? Ashlesha means clinging, the embracing or the clinging nature. Ketu was born in this nakshatra, Ashlesha nakshatra. So this nakshatra is connected to the energy of a serpent or a snake. So if you see the symbol of Ashlesha nakshatra, it's a coiled serpent. The coiled serpent which has a long tongue, that is the symbol for Ashlesha nakshatra. And if you see a snake, how does it hold on to things? It just clings, or it just embraces things, That is the nature of Ashlesha. Highly intuitive. These people are highly intuitive because Ashlesha people, they have a strong sense of what others are thinking or feeling, even if nobody tells anything. Yeah. See, even if nobody is talking, these people are so intuitive, they can sense what the other person is feeling or thinking. And very observant. They observe even the smallest detail by your body language or by some subtle changes in your face. They can easily understand what you're thinking or what you're feeling. Others might miss, but these people are very, very observant. So intelligent, highly intelligent, logical. They have the capacity to analyze everything. Very sharp mind they have got, and they like to understand what is behind the things, what is behind the surface. They just don't take things as they are. They want to understand what is behind it. And one thing about Aslesha Nakshatra is they do not like to reveal everything about themselves to others. They like to keep it kind of secretive, They do not like to reveal everything about themselves. A kind of secrecy or mystery will be there in their personality. And very good at communication, because this is a nakshatra of Mercury. They are blessed with good communication skills. And they can use the words very effectively. The speech, is so good. They have got very good persuasive skills, and sometimes extremely sharp words they can use. They have a natural interest in human psychology, behavior, and hidden subjects. Strong attachment. One thing about a serpent is the symbol itself is a serpent. Serpent means clinging or embracing. So if you see a snake, it will always protect its territory. In the same way, Ashlesha people will be very, very protective about the people they consider their own. They'll be very protective about them. And uh, the serpent symbol itself, it indicates that they have a strong tendency to hold on tightly. It can either be to people, to relationships, or even to some material things. They are very, very possessive. They hold on tightly. Adaptable and strategic. Um, they have this knack, they don't approach a problem directly. Instead, they observe things, they wait, and they choose the right moment to act. That is their nature. See, just like how, if you have seen a snake, it'll the snake, it has got that quality to observe and strike at the right moment. That is the nature of Ashlesha Nakshatra people also. So here in Ashlesha Nakshatra, the moon, that Ashlesha Nakshatra is found in Karkataka Rashi, whose lord is moon. And Mercury is the ruler of Ashlesha Nakshatra. So because of this, the people have got a very curious nature. And at the same time, just like a snake, they are very cold-blooded, hypnotic kind of people they are. Intuitive power is there, wisdom, cunningness. All these qualities are also associated with Ashlesha Nakshatra. Because of their intuitive abilities, and observing power, they can become very good detectives. Then, so very adaptable. According to the situations, they can change, and they can get into the role. They're very, very adaptable kind of people. One quality about Ashlesha Nakshatra is they do not trust people easily. Very, very suspicious suspicious nature they have. Because of this, they do not trust people easily. So suspicion, manipulation, jealousy, possessiveness, excessive secrecy, overthinking, sarcasm, then difficulty in letting go. All these are some of the negative qualities of Ashlesha. So, as I said, they have a clinging nature, just like the snake, and they cling closely to their family and to their loved ones. So, one quality about Ashlesha Nakshatra is they can easily practice meditation, any kind of religious activity, even bodily mortification. While others might struggle to do that, these people have got a lot of willpower. They can undertake all these kind of activities. So, so Ashlesha is a nakshatra of intuition, intelligence, emotional intensity, and the ability to understand what lies below the surface. That is the quality of Ashlesha Nakshatra. So the deity is Nagas or the serpents. Symbol is a coiled serpent, and planet is Mercury. See here, the deity also is Naga. The symbol is also a coiled serpent, and the planet that rules is Mercury. Male cat is the animal for Ashlesha Nakshatra. The next nakshatra, the 10th nakshatra is Magha nakshatra. Magha. Magha means very huge, grand, splendor. So as this name suggests, Magha means something royal, a very respectable position, we can say. So this nakshatra blesses the natives with a very respectable position, with a very dignified royal life. So this symbol indicates reputation, authoritative status, high social status. So the people who are born in Magha Nakshatra usually are considered to be leaders in their respective field. Magha Nakshatra is found in Simha Rashi. All the four padas of Magha Nakshatra is in Simha Rashi. Simha Rashi is ruled by Sun. That itself is a royal sign. So those characteristics are very well found in Magha Nakshatra. And so Magha means magnificent, great, or noble. Here it is found in Simha Rashi, and Magha Nakshatra is ruled by the planet Ketu. So the deity for Magha Nakshatra is Pitrus. Pitrus means our ancestors. They are the deity for Magha Nakshatra. So what are the main characteristics of people who are born in this nakshatra? So they can use their power and position to get the highest goals. But they're very honest, and they have got a strong connection with the ancestral roots. They like to honor their ancestors and they believe in traditions. They got a strong connection with their ancestral roots. People who have this, people who are born in this Magha Nakshatra, if you see, they have a natural sense of respect, self-respect. They got a lot of self-respect, personal dignity, pride. They like to be treated with respect. So this is a nakshatra that falls in a royal sign. So they are, and the symbol for this nakshatra also is a throne. So you can expect how they had to be treated. They had to be treated with lot of respect. And this is a nakshatra that is connected with the Pitrus, because the deity for this nakshatra is the Pitrus. So people who are born in this nakshatra, they have got a strong connection with their family tradition, family lineage, then ancestral values. They have a strong pull towards all these things. So family history can be very, very important to them. And since it is found in Simha Rashi, they have got natural leadership qualities. They can be very authoritative. They have got very good leadership qualities, and they are comfortable in occupying positions of responsibility and leadership. So you look at a person who's born in this nakshatra, they have got a very commanding kind of a presence. They may naturally attract attention. They do not seek attention, but whenever you see this person, you'll be naturally attracted. They command that kind of respect. And since this nakshatra is ruled by Ketu, See, for every nakshatra, you have to understand there are three things. There is a devata, there is a planet which rules that nakshatra, and each of the nakshatra is placed in a Rashi. So there is a Rashi Lord. So all these three will be influencing, and the symbol will also be there, which indicates the quality of that nakshatra. The symbol is for us to easily understand the characteristics of this nakshatra. So don't get confused. Every nakshatra has got a deity, that is a devata, a lord which rules the nakshatra, and each of the nakshatra is placed in a Rashi. So there's a Rashi Lord. All these three elements will be influencing the characteristics of that nakshatra. The symbol is just for us to understand. For us, it helps us to understand and remember the quality of the nakshatra. So, coming back to Magha Nakshatra, these people are naturally drawn towards history, culture, tradition. They love temples, ancestral properties, and they always will be connected with the past, because the deity are Pitru Devatas. Strong sense of responsibility towards the family. They always feels a strong sense of responsibility towards the family. They feel that they have a role to carry forward the family name, the family's values and responsibilities. They have to carry it forward, and um, they command respect through their personality rather than through force. They have got a commanding kind of responsibility, the commanding kind of a image, a personality. They have got a commanding kind of a personality. So because of that, wherever they go, they are respected. It's like the presence make others to naturally listen to them. So, but the negative aspects of this nakshatra will be they'll be proud or arrogant and very authoritarian, too concerned about status, overly attached to their family prestige. Sometimes it happens, people overly get attached to their family prestige. And respect is very important to them. If somewhere somebody disrespects them, they feel very hurt, too dependent on tradition, we can say, and always concerned about what other people will say. This is some of the qualities of Magha Nakshatra. So, the people who are born in this nakshatra, they can surprise others with their capacity, because they have got the capacity to even complete impossible tasks. They are independent, and they never compromise on their values and dignities. They always work towards maintaining their position and image in their society. For them, that is very, very important, because the symbol, if you see, it is that of a throne. So they always want to maintain that position in the society. So, and Ketu is the lord for the nakshatra. So these people are also very, very religious. Um, they have got a very good relationship with the people in the government or higher officials, because of which they'll also get lot of benefits. Why is that? Because it is in Simha Rashi, and Simha Rashi Lord is Sun, who is connected with the government or the people in higher positions. And these people, they enjoy their life completely, because throne means what? That confirms royal status, a rich life, a luxurious life. So they enjoy their life completely. They have a attraction towards luxury things, financially very intelligent, and when it comes to money, they plan it very well, very good in planning their financial matters. And they have a lot of friends, and they maintain a very good relationship with all their friends. They take care of their friends and have a wonderful relationships. They love to travel, but the thing is, they do not travel unnecessarily. Only when there is a need, they travel. And these are the people who love stability. They do not like frequent changes in their work or in their family life. So, So we can say Magha is the nakshatra of ancestors. It is a nakshatra which signifies dignity, leadership, uh, inclination or attachment towards tradition, and they feel it is their responsibility to carry forward the family name and family traditions. They give a lot of importance to that lineage. So the deity is Pitrus. The symbol is a royal throne, and Gana is Rakshasha Gana. Animal is male rat. So you would have heard the story of Bhagiratha. So this is something connected with Magha Nakshatra. If you heard the story of Bhagiratha, who was successful in bringing goddesses Ganga to the earth, why did he bring goddesses Ganga to earth? See, there was a reason behind it. There was a king, his name was Sagara. He had 60,000 sons. And because of a curse given by sage Kapila, all of them were burnt and they were turned into ashes. And their souls were not liberated. They could not attain liberation. So, Bhagiratha was born in this lineage. For him, the main goal of his life was to get liberation for his ancestors. And when he came to know that they could attain liberation only through goddesses Ganga, only when she could touch them, only then they would attain liberation. And she existed in the heavens. That's why he did fierce penance to bring her down to earth. But the earth could not sustain the force of goddesses Ganga. So again, he did severe penance and to Lord Shiva, and he agreed to tie the Ganga in his matted locks, to receive her on his head, and then to gently allow Ganga to float to the earth. And once Ganga reaches the earth and it touches the ashes of Bhagiratha's ancestors, they all attain mukti. So, what does this story make us understand about the characteristics of Magha? That is the essence of Magha. So, here Bhagiratha, he did not live for himself. His main aim in life, or his sole purpose in life, or we can say he felt so very responsible towards those who came before him, towards his ancestors, that he sacrificed his life for them. He did not live for himself. He honored his ancestral lineage, performed great effort for them, and ultimately brought liberation for them. That is the essence of Bhaga Nakshatra. So, what the essence is, we inherit something from our ancestors, and sometimes we have the responsibility to honor and continue the lineage. So, that is the main essence of Magha Nakshatra. And here, since Ketu is the ruler of Magha Nakshatra, they're also very detached. Some kind of spiritual inclination will be there. So, Magha combines the royal and authoritative qualities of Simha Rashi, the spiritual and detached qualities of Ketu, and ancestral lineage of the Pitrus. So it's like honoring the past, fulfilling the responsibility to the family lineage, and leaving a worthy legacy for the future generations. That is the characteristics of Magha Nakshatra. See, every nakshatra I am telling a story so that it becomes easy for you to understand the essence of that nakshatra. Next nakshatra is Purva Falguni Nakshatra. This is also known as Pubba Nakshatra. Even this is found in Simha Rashi. All the four padas of Pubba Nakshatra are found in Simha Rashi. It belongs to Manushya Gana. The people who are born in Pubba Nakshatra are very sincere, very noble hearted, and they have got a pleasant disposition. That is a pleasant characteristics, we can say. They become very good business people since they are very good in speech and they have got a very good business sense. They can become very successful business people. And the symbol for Puba Nakshatra are the front two legs of a cot. That is the symbol for Puba Nakshatra. Now, what does um, a cot represent? A cot is there for relaxation. When you're tired, you lie down on the cot. It is for relaxation, it is for enjoyment, it signifies leisure. So, that is what Puba Nakshatra signifies: rest, rejuvenation, and pleasure. And the deity for Puba Nakshatra is Bhaga. Bhaga is known as the god of delight. Because of this, people who are born in this nakshatra are they have got a very happy kind of a nature. They're very pleasant, very happy. And Venus is the planet which rules Puba Nakshatra. So they have an inclination towards luxury, um, beauty, art. They appreciate relationships. We can say it is one of the most carefree nakshatras, one of the most theoretical as well as carefree nakshatras. So, this is the 11th nakshatra among the 27 nakshatra, and many times it is known as Bhaga Daivata. That means it is a star of development. It symbolizes good luck and fortune. Another symbol for Puba Nakshatra is a hammock, a swinging hammock. Again, a swinging hammock means we lie down there for relaxation. Just a kind of, when you want to relax, you lie down on a hammock. So, hammock signifies pleasure, joy, abundance. So, this is the characteristics of this nakshatra. So, Puba Nakshatra signifies the process of relaxation, where you just feel like doing nothing. You just want to relax. Why do we relax? When we relax, we again feel refreshed, and our energy gets renewed. So, this nakshatra will give you a kind of a relaxation. And you see, many people who are born in this nakshatra, they like to spend a lot of time on the bed. You see them sitting on the bed. For reading also, they'll be sitting on the bed. For eating also, they would like to sit on the bed. For watching TV also, they would like to sit on the bed. So most of the time, they like to spend on the bed, because that is a symbol for Puba Nakshatra. So if you see the characteristics, so this is a hammock. So people, what are the characteristics of Puba Nakshatra? They're very fun-loving and cheerful. So generally, they like to enjoy life. They like happiness, entertainment. It's a very joyful nakshatra, not very serious, very joyful nakshatra. And they like happiness, entertainment, music, art, celebrations. See, these are all the characteristics of Shukra. So all these things they like. And strong appreciation for beauty, because Venus represents everything that is beautiful, everything which is pleasant to the eyes. That's why these people are attracted towards beauty. They appreciate all the beautiful things of life, and they like to surround themselves with, beautiful artifacts. They like to keep their, decorate their houses in a very beautiful manner. Then they have a natural charismatic personality, we can say, where people are easily attracted to them because of their fun loving nature, and one more thing is, people who are born in this nakshatra, they're always smiling. If you see them, they're always smiling. That is one thing about this nakshatra, because the deity of this nakshatra is himself Bhaga, who is the lord of enjoyment, or a lord of delight, we can say. They enjoy the company. They like meeting people. They like spending time with people. They like to entertain guests, and like to build all kind of social connections. So networking, they like to have a good social circle of friends, and they have a strong relationship with, I mean, they have a strong connection with um, relationships, then give a lot of importance for romance, very creative. Are the characteristics of Venus. They're very creative, interested in music, art, dance, drama, writing, fashion, in all kind of creative activities they like to indulge. And they give a lot of importance for relaxation. They do not believe in working all the time or running around in pursuit of something. They give a lot of importance for enjoyment, comfort, and relaxation. That is what the bed signifies, the symbol of Puba Nakshatra. So there's a need for rest. They like to take break from all responsibilities. Very generous in nature. They like to share what they have, and they like to take good care of people around them. They have got a very hospitable nature towards their, if some guest comes, they take very good care of them. And because all the four padas of Puba Nakshatra is in Simha Rashi, this gives them a strong sense of confidence, individuality, pride also. And sometimes they have a strong desire for recognition, because sun is always about confidence, recognition, and pride. These are also the qualities that are found in people who are born in this nakshatra. And some negative qualities about shortcomings, we can say, of Pubba nakshatra is sometimes they become too pleasure seeking and lazy or over relaxed, indulgent, attention seeking, proud, then attached to luxury. Many a time they become strongly attached to luxury. Sometimes they avoid taking responsibilities. They easily get bored with routine. That is some of the shortcomings of this nakshatra. So this nakshatra is truly a star of relaxation and creativity. And so we can say these people are born with good luck and fortune. They have a carefree attitude. They take things very, they're not serious. They take it very comfortably. They give a lot of importance for their comfort. But they have got great intelligence and creative abilities. And as I said, these people are very hospitable and social, light-hearted, compassionate, and generous. They have great affection towards people who are around them, and very loyal and honest friends they are. They're also career oriented, we can say, ambitious and optimistic. They like cleanliness, and because of this, they keep their homes very clean. Even their workplace, they keep it very clean and tidy. So, lot of positive characteristics, we can say. But sometimes the confidence can become too much, it can lead to overconfidence. So, they had to keep a check on that. So the deity is Bhaga. The symbol is a swinging hammock. The planet that rules this planet is Venus. A nakshatra is Venus. And animal is female joy, a female rat, sorry, female rat. So Purva Palguni is a nakshatra of creativity, love, beauty, pleasure, relaxation, social charm, and it believes in enjoying the life's blessings. That's why it is known as a carefree nakshatra. So next nakshatra that we have is Uttra Falguni. We studied about Purva Falguni. Next comes Uttra Falguni. Now we can say they are twin stars, Purva Falguni, Uttra Falguni. So this nakshatra also has two stars, and the natives are proud and a little short-tempered. See the characteristics, there will be a drastic change. With each of the characteristics, there will be a drastic change. Even Uttra Falguni, the first pada is in Simha Rashi. The remaining 3 padas you find in Kanya Rashi. So here you have the influence of sun. The first pada, there will be an influence of sun. So they are quite proud. Otherwise, if you see the quality of Uttara Falguni Nakshatra, they are very truthful, sincere, and good-hearted, noble-hearted. So, however, they suffer from poor appetite. That is one of the qualities of this nakshatra. Their appetite is not that very good. So, if you see the symbol of this nakshatra, it is the back legs of a bed. The Pubba or Purva Falguni, the symbol were the front 2 legs of a bed, whereas this Uttara Falguni represents the back 2 legs of a bed. So what happens? What the bed represents, it is relaxation and rejuvenation. Here, these people are not that comfort oriented. They're not that comfort oriented. Here, see, when you're tired, you go to lie on the bed for relaxation. That is Pubba. But here, once the relaxation is over, you get ready. You prepare yourself to get up and go for work. So that preparation, or when you are ready to go for work, that is what Uttara Falguni represents. So here, Ariman is the god of kindness. He is the ruling deity for Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. Because of this, people who are born in this nakshatra, they are very kind, civilized, cultured, and very reliable and generous nature they have. They like to help others. They have very proper social etiquette. And the ruling planet, the sun, for Uttara Nakshatra, the ruling planet is sun. So sun gives them qualities such as prosperity, charity, radiance, that is the Tejas. So very benevolent nature. They're blessed with very benevolent nature. People who are born in this nakshatra are independent, and they like to create their own path in the society. So it's a star of kindness, companionship, friendship, compassion. So all these noble qualities are found in people who are born in Uttara Nakshatra. So what are the main characteristics of people who are born in this nakshatra? They are very responsible and dependable. So they take their commitments seriously. Once if they have given a word, they will keep it up. They will never try to dishonor it. Whatever they have given a commitment, they'll try to keep it up. Since the deity itself is a deity of kindness, they are this nakshatra, they give a lot of importance for friendship, and they have a good social network. They enjoy, we can say, inherent nature is they like to help people. Strong sense of duty. They have got a strong sense of duty. Naturally, since this is also found in Simha Rashi, they have a natural leadership quality. They take on the responsibility of doing some work. It's like they take the charge of doing something. When something needs to be organized or managed, they take charge, and they give a lot of importance for friendship, very loyal. Then long-term relationship, they give importance for long-term relationships rather than superficial connections. They give a lot of importance for long-term relationship. Good leadership qualities, confident, capable of taking responsibility, then very practical. See, the first pada is in Simha Rashi. The other 3 padas you find in Kanya Rashi. Kanya Rashi is an earthy sign. So these people are very practical in nature, very practical, logical, systematic approach. They have a systematic approach towards everything. Unlike Pubba, where the concentration is more on pleasure and comfort, here they are more committed and responsible. Uttara is more stable, more have a sense of commitment and responsibility. They like to share their resources, their knowledge, their time with others. And socially, they have got a very good respect. That means in the society, they are respected well. But challenging traits, or we can say some shortcomings of this nakshatra is sometimes they can become very proud and authoritative, too serious, and overly they're concerned about their reputation, taking on too many responsibilities, expecting others also to behave according to their standards, which is not possible. And see, it falls in the second, third, and fourth pada is in Kanya Rashi. Kanya Rashi is always seeking perfection in everything. So these people sometimes they become too much of a perfectionist. They want everything to be perfect. One of the good qualities is they help people without expecting any kind of recognition. That is one good thing about Uttara Nakshatra. So the difference between Purva Falguni and Uttara Falguni is Purva Falguni says, let me enjoy life, let me be comfortable, relaxed, let me just enjoy life. Whereas Uttara Falguni says, now let me start something new. Now let me concentrate towards work. Relaxation is over. Let me concentrate towards work. So Purva Falguni represents pleasure, romance, and relaxation, whereas Uttara, it is also known as Uttara Nakshatra. Uttara is more towards commitment, responsibility, stability. So this is about both the nakshatras. So they're blessed with loads of positive qualities, we can say. People who are born in this nakshatra, they have got good determination, good knowledge. Then, so as I said, they're very obsessed with cleanliness. You know, they like to keep their surroundings clean, but sometimes this leads to obsession. So the deity for Uttara Falguni Nakshatra is Ariman. The symbol is back legs of a bed. The planet which rules is sun, and the animal is male cow. This is about Uttara Nakshatra. Then we have Hasta Nakshatra. Now Hasta is the 13th Nakshatra. Hasta Nakshatra belongs to Devagana. So here it is a constellation of 5 stars which forms the shape of a hand. That's why this nakshatra is known as Hasta Nakshatra. This is the nakshatra of the moon. That means moon rules this nakshatra. People who are born in this nakshatra are very noble and charitable. But at the same time, they're also fond of alcohol and music. If you see the people who are born in this nakshatra, you know, usually they'll be having a mark, a scar mark on the upper right hand or beneath the shoulder. So upper right hand or beneath the shoulder, you see some kind of a mark. So this is a nakshatra that is ruled by moon. That's why people who are born in this nakshatra have got a very calm nature. Very calm. They have got a very sweet smile, a kind of a magnetic power to attract others. So they get respect and honor from the public. And they do not like to cheat anyone. But in spite of all the good things that they do, we see that many a times they're criticized, or they had to face a lot of opposition from others. And these people do not are not very interested in very luxurious living, you know, a posh kind of living. They like to have a simple life. So when we talk about Hasta Nakshatra, we can say the life of Hasta Nakshatra person is full of ups and downs. At one moment, you find that they're very, very successful. Other moment, you see that they're at the bottom. It's like there's a lot of ups and downs. So because of this, we can sometimes they seem to be very lucky, sometimes they seem to be very unlucky. So we cannot permanently categorize them as poor or wealthy. And the word hasta means hand. So what does it signify? Hand means you require the hand for doing all kind of activities, right? So this signifies skill, craftsmanship, control, ability to create. Only with your hand you can create things, right? And the power to accomplish things with our own hands. That is the meaning. See, all the activities are performed with the hand only. So people who are born in this nakshatra are very, very hardworking, intelligent people. And the deity for this nakshatra is Savitar. Savitar is one of the aspect of the sun. He is very jovial and carefree. So Savitar gives the ability to use the hand in a skilled manner. So these people are very good in craftsmanship, we can say. They're very good with their hand. They're skilled, we can say. So they have a lot of talents in craft, cooking, writing, healing. They can also become good surgeons, design, music, drawing, any kind of hands-on activities. They are very good. So they have a natural capacity to handle things practically. This is a nakshatra that is found in Kanya Rashi. So Kanya Rashi is a sign of it's got an earthy tattva, a practical sign. So these people are very, very practical. Rather than just listening or learning, they would like to do the activities with their hand and learn things. Very intelligent, practical nature. It gives, see, the Kanya Rashi gives them a very organized, practical kind of a nature. And Kanya Rashi is also owned by Mercury. So they are very intelligent. So they like always to understand how things work. That is this one. They know how to make use of available resources. Like just how a hand can perform different actions, in the same way, hasta people, they can adapt themselves to different situations and roles. Very, very well organized, give lot of importance even to the smallest details, because that is the quality of Kanya Rashi. They like to do everything in a very neat, systematic manner, and they'll be happy when everything is properly done. So this is Kanya Rashi is actually the sixth Rashi of Kalapurusha. So that actually represents service. Kanya Rashi represents service. So these people are also very good in the service industry. But some of the negative qualities, or we can say shortcomings, is overthinking. Overthinking, um, trying to give lot of importance to perfectionism. That is also sometimes very stressful. Excessive criticism, restlessness. They always have a need. They always feel that they have to be in control of situations. That also creates stress sometimes. Trying to fix everything. You have to understand that there are some things which cannot be fixed. But these people, they always want to fix everything. Anxiety when things are not organized properly. So too much of perfectionism always gives rise to stress and anxiety. And they give a lot of importance even to the smaller things. Sometimes this is also very stressful. But there's an interesting combination. Moon is the planet which rules Hasta Nakshatra. This gives them good imagination, adaptability, a very sensitive nature. And Savitar is the deity for Hasta Nakshatra. So Savitar gives them creativity, and Virgo, Kanya Rashi, is blesses them with good skill, precision, and practical knowledge. So Hasta has got the capacity to take an idea or inspiration and turn it into something real, because the symbol is hand. So we can say the ability of the hand is very good for Hasta Nakshatra people. A person may have a wonderful idea, but it is Hasta Nakshatra which will ask, can it actually be done? And it converts the idea into reality. So very good skills, craftsmanship, practical intelligence, and accomplishment. So Hasta is a nakshatra of skilled hands, practical intelligence, we can say. So the deity for Hasta is Savitar. The symbol is hand. The planet ruling is moon, and animal is female buffalo. That is the characteristic of Hasta nakshatra. It's already 7:30. I could not complete this. So I think I will end the session now. We can continue the next session because already it is 7:30. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Rupashri, please come on camera when you're asking the question. Rupashri, G. Rupashri.
And
Namaste,
ask
ma'am.
questions that is related to what I had taught today. If you have any doubts regarding that, you please ask that. Don't ask any personal questions. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Namaste, ma'am.
మ్యామ్ ఇప్పుడు మకా నక్షత్రంలో కేతునే ఉంటే ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళకు ఉండే లగ్జరీస్ అంతా కట్ అయితూ పోతుందా?
లేదు, అట్లా కాదు. లగ్జరీస్ కట్ అవుతుంది అని కాదు. వాళ్ళకి లగ్జరీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తేనో దానిపైన పెద్ద అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉండలే. ఎలా అంటే కేతు ఉంది అంటే కన్నా కేతు ఆల్వేస్ గివ్స్ అ సెన్స్ ఆఫ్ డిటాచ్మెంట్. సో వాళ్ళు
Okay.
లగ్జరీస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. బికాస్ మగా నక్షత్రము అంటే దే విల్ బి బ్లెస్డ్ విత్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ లగ్జరీస్. ఒక రాయల్ పవర్. ద సింబల్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఇస్ అ థ్రోన్ కదా. సో కింగ్కి ఎట్లా ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తారో ఆ తర లగ్జరీస్, కంఫర్టబుల్ లైఫ్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ దానిపైన అటాచ్మెంట్ ఉండదు.
ఓకే 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 సరే మ్యామ్. ఇది పితృలు వీటికి ఇది లింక్ అంటారు కదా. ఇది నా పర్సనల్ క్వశ్చన్. నాకు ఇప్పుడు లింక్ ఆయా. నాకు ఎప్పుడు కనుసులో మా అవ్వ వచ్చారు, మా అమ్మ వాళ్ళ అమ్మ.
దట్ హ్యాపెన్స్.
మంత్లీ వన్స్ కంపల్సరీ.
ఓ, మీరు మగా
మగా
నక్షత్రమా మీరు?
మకా నక్షత్రము.
ఓకే ఓకే. అది పితృస్ తో కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. బికాస్ ద డైటీ ఇస్ పితృస్ కదా. సో వాళ్ళకి ఒక స్ట్రాంగ్ కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళ డ్రీమ్స్ లో వచ్చేది అవంతా వెరీ కామన్.
కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్, చాలా కరెక్ట్ అనిపిస్తూ ఉండే. నాకు హ్యాపీ ఫీల్ కావాలన్నా భయం ఫీల్ కావాలన్నా గొతకాలి.
భయం ఏమీ లేదు. బికాస్ you'll be attached to your ancestors ante. That is what it means. And many a times you'll get guidance also from them. It's like you feel that responsibility. Yeah, ఇది నాది ancestors, నేను వాళ్ళు నాకు నేర్పించినది ముందుకు తీసుకొని పోవాలా, వాళ్ళు నాకు ఇచ్చిన దాన్ని కాపాడాలా అని ఆ తర ఫీలింగ్ ఉంటుంది మీకు.
గంగాధర్.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే సార్.
ఈ పునర్వసు నక్షత్రము ఇందులో మిథునంలో 3 పాదాలు, కర్కాటకంలో 1 వస్తుంది కదండి. ఇప్పుడు రాశి మారినప్పుడు ఏమన్నా దాని క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ మారుతాయండి?
కొంచెం మారుతుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కర్కాటకంలో 4వ పాదం వస్తుంది కాబట్టి 4వ పాదంలో ఉండేవాళ్ళు, పుట్టినవాళ్ళు కొంచెం ఎమోషనల్ గానే ఉంటారు. బికాస్ మూన్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఆడ ఫస్ట్ 3 పాదాలకి మర్క్యూరీ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుంది, జెమినైలో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి దే విల్ బి మోర్ ఇంటెలెక్చువల్ అండ్ ఒక మర్క్యూరీ క్వాలిటీ ఉంటుంది ఆడ. ఈడేమైతుందంటే కర్కాటకంలో ఉండే దానికోసము ఒక మూన్ది క్వాలిటీస్ ఒక కామ్నెస్ వస్తుంది. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం మోర్ ఎమోషనల్, దే విల్ బి మోర్ ఎమోషనల్.
ఇక్కడ 3rd పాదము మిథునంలో ఉంటుంది కదా. ఇక్కడ గర్ల్ చైల్డ్ కు బాయ్ చైల్డ్ కు ఏమన్నా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వింగ్ లో ఏదన్నా తేడా ఉంటుందా?
లేదు, అవంతా ఏం లేదు. పునర్వసు నక్షత్రమే గురు నక్షత్రం కాబట్టి ద పర్సన్ ఇస్ బోర్న్ ఇన్ పునర్వసు నక్షత్ర న్యాచురల్ విల్ బి వెరీ వైస్ అండ్ నాలెడ్జబుల్. వాళ్ళకి ఒక జ్ఞానం అనేది ఇన్హెరెంట్ గా వచ్చింటుంది.
ఇంకా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇంప్రూవ్ కావాలంటే ఎట్లా అండి?
అది వాళ్ళ హారోస్కోప్ చూడాలండి. ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇంప్రూవ్ కావాలంటే హారోస్కోప్ చూడాల. ఇది ఒక నక్షత్రంది క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్.
ఓకే మేడం. అలాగే ఇంకో అదే రిలేటెడ్ క్వశ్చన్ మేడం. ఇక్కడ పునర్వసు, విశాఖ, పూర్వభద్ర 3 కూడా గురు నక్షత్రాలే కదా. ఈ
అవును,
మూడింటి
అవును.
క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ సేమ్ ఉంటాయండి?
లేదు లేదు, చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. బికాజ్ అది వేరే వేరే రాశుల్లో ఉంది. దాని దేవత డీటీస్ వేరే, దాని ఇది వేరే, నక్షత్ర ఇది రాశి ప్లేస్మెంట్స్ వేరే. సో క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
వెల్కమ్.
Shanthi, Vinay.
వెరీ నైస్ మేడం.
Good evening, ma'am. Again, wonderful class, ma'am. I was so eagerly waiting because so many of my family members are there with these nakshatras. So
Okay.
that is why.
So could you correlate and did you find the
Yeah.
characteristics matching?
Yes, ma'am. Pubba and Hasta, perfect match, ma'am.
Wonderful,
I
wonderful.
think Maga, my mom Maga, but it doesn't. I have a feeling maybe it's hers. They don't know time and all. She was just
Yeah,
told
yeah,
Maga.
yeah.
So that's why I feel that probably does not
Okay.
go. But
Okay.
otherwise, Pubba and this one. Only thing is, my husband is Pubba. Everything is perfect, ma'am, but he is not lazy. He's very, very
No,
hard
no, no,
working.
no, no, no. I'm not saying every person who's born in Pupa are lazy. They have a tendency. Sometimes it can lead to laziness. They have a tendency
Okay.
to relax. It doesn't
Okay,
mean, see, after a tiring day, you tend to relax.
Yeah.
That is the quality
Yeah,
of
that
Pupa.
is true. That is
That
true.
doesn't
Yes.
mean that they are lazy. Sometimes too
Yeah.
much of relaxation can lead to laziness.
Okay.
It can happen, but it might not be the case for everybody.
True. That is true, ma'am. He wants time to rejuvenate. He always says he needs a break. So then it is like 100%. I feel it matches.
Yeah.
And my other thing was in that Rahu Ketu influence on Rashis, right? When there is no planet in the Rashi, but still Rahu or Ketu is aspecting the Rashi.
Yeah.
In that case, what should we expect? What is the influence of the planets on those Rashis?
See, Rahu's characteristics will be influenced. See, in the next classes after I finish off with nakshatras, when we go further, you'll understand better. Now, even if I explain, it might be difficult for you to understand.
Okay, ma'am. No problem, no problem. I just wanted to know that. Thank you so much, ma'am. Very
Welcome,
interesting class. Thank you.
AVS iPhone.
మ్యామ్ నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే మా.
కవిత మేడం మాట్లాడుతూ ఉండేది. మేడం ఇప్పుడు మీరు ప్రీవియస్ గా ఇది సింహరాశిలో పాల్గొన నక్షత్రము ఒకటో పాదము సింహరాశిలో ఉండి ఇంక 3 పాదాలు కన్యా రాశిలో ఉంటే
ఉత్తర ఫాల్గుని
ఉంటే ఆ సన్ను ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ అయితింది వాళ్ళకి ఏం చెప్పత్రి?
అవును, ఫస్ట్ పాదానికి సన్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుంది బికాస్ సింహరాశిలోనే ఉండేది. బట్ దిస్ నక్షత్ర ఆల్సో ఈజ్ ఓన్డ్ బై సన్ ఓన్లీ. అందుకే ఓవరాల్ ఉత్తర ఫాల్గుని నక్షత్రం పైన సన్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే మేడం, 4 పాదాలకి ఇప్పుడు అనురాధ నక్షత్రం 4 పాదాలు వృశ్చిక రాశిలోనే ఉంది. ఆ 4 పాదాలకు ఒకే క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఉంటుందా?
కాదు, అనురాధ నక్షత్రం నేను ఇంకా చెప్పినే లేదు.
లేదు మేడం, నేను చెప్తా ఉండేది పాదాలు అన్ని నక్షత్రాలకు 4 పాదాలు ఉంది.
అవును,
అన్ని 4 పాదాలకు మీరు చెప్తా ఉండే క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ అప్లై అవుతుందా?
అవును, అప్లై అవుతుంది.
బట్ నేను మా అత్తగారిది మా యజమానిది చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ చూస్తాను క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ లో, దానికి అడగదు.
అవును, అది అగైన్ డిపెండ్స్ ಯಾವ ప్లానెట్ ఆ నక్షత్రంలో ప్లేస్ అయింది అనే దానిపైన డిపెండ్ అవుతుంది. బేసిక్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. అనురాధ నక్షత్రం అంటే ఏం క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్, ప్రతి నక్షత్రానికి బేసిక్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇన్ కేస్ ఇప్పుడు గురు నక్షత్రం కానీ సన్ నక్షత్రం కానీ అది 2 రాశులకి డివైడ్ అవుతుంది, అప్పుడు క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. కానీ అనురాధ నక్షత్రం అని తీసుకున్నప్పుడు అది ఒకే రాశిలో ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, బేసిక్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్.
బట్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది కదా మేడం, ఇద్దరు
హారోస్కోప్ చూడాలా తెలిస్తే ఏమిటి డిఫరెన్స్ అని.
ఓకే మేడం, ఇది అందరూ ఇంకా అది రాహుకేతుది యోగము ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ಪ ಯೋಗము ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ಪ ದೋಷము అనేసి ఉంది కదా మేడం, అదందరూ ఇంకా డౌట్ అడుగుతా ఉన్నారు. జూపిటర్ ಮತ್ತೆ దాని డిగ్రీ చూడాలా అని చెప్తా ఉన్నారు. ఏం మేడం అది క్లియర్ చేయండి మేడం డౌట్.
డిగ్రీ ఏం చేసే పని లేదనే దాంట్లోగా రాహుకేతు యాక్సిస్ లోగా ఉండాయా ప్లానెట్స్ అని చూడాలా ఫస్ట్. అది నేను లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లోనూ డౌట్ అది క్లియర్ చేసింటి. ఈడ మనము డిగ్రీస్ మూమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్లానెట్ చూసే అవసరం లేదు. రాహు కేతు యా రాశిల్లో ఉండారో దాని యాక్సిస్ చూడండి, ఆమెకి రాహుది డిగ్రీ కేతు డిగ్రీ చూడండి. ఉండే ప్లానెట్స్ అన్నీను ఆ డిగ్రీ లోగా ఉంటే కాన అప్పుడు అది కాలసర్ప దోషమా కాలామృత యోగ అని చూపించబడుతుంది.
ఓకే, యాక్సిస్ లోగా మీరు చెప్తా ఉండేది.
యాక్సిస్ లోగానే ఉండాల.
ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ డిగ్రీస్.
నో, ఇప్పుడు డిగ్రీస్ అంటే కదా చూడండి, ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు రాహు 6 degrees లో ఉంది అనుకోండి. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు సమ్ ప్లానెట్ ఈజ్ ఇన్ 20 degrees ఇన్ ద సేమ్ రాశి. అప్పుడేమాయా 6 degrees లోగానే ఉంది ఆ ప్లానెట్, దట్ ఈస్ విత్ ఇన్ ద యాక్సిస్ అని. కానీ సమ్ ప్లానెట్ ఈజ్ అట్ 2 degrees,
ఓకే,
దట్ ఈస్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ద యాక్సిస్. ఈడ మనము ప్లానెట్ ని రాహుకేతు మూవ్ చేస్తా ఉండలేదు, అది ఆడే ఉండాయి, దాని యాక్సిస్ లోగా ప్లానెట్స్ ఉండాయా అని చూస్తా ఉంటాం అంతే.
ఓకే ఓకే మేడం, జూపిటర్ కి ఏమైనా ఉందా దీనికి ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్? లేదు కదా, సేమ్ కదా అప్లికబుల్?
అన్నిటికీ సేమ్ రూల్ అప్లికబుల్.
ఓకే మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
ఓకే
రాఘవేంద్ర.
నమస్తే మేడం, నేను రాఘవేంద్ర,
నమస్తే.
రాయదుర్గ నుంచి.
చెప్పండి సార్. నమస్కారం సార్.
మేడం, మీరు చెప్పిన మక, ఉత్తర, పుబ్బ ఇవన్నీ కూడా టాలీ అయినాయి మేడం.
ఓకే సార్.
పుబ్బ ఇది హస్త నక్షత్రం వచ్చేటప్పటికి మేనల్లుడికి అన్న కూతురికి ఇద్దరికి ఒకటే నక్షత్రం ఒకటే రాసే, కానీ
ఓకే.
అబ్బాయికి టాలీ అవుతుంది, మేనల్లుడు టాలీ అయింది కానీ మా అన్న కూతురికి టాలీ కాలేదు, అసలు పోయిట్ ఆపోజిట్ ఉంది.
అవునా,
అది
కొంచెం డీప్ గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి చూడండి, ఆ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఆ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ తెలుసుకోండరు కాబట్టి కొంచెం అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి చూడండి వాళ్ళని, ఆ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఉంటాయి.
ఎస్ మేడం, నా కొడుక్కి అమ్మాయి కూడా ఇద్దరికి టాలీ, మక్క పుబ్బ రెండు టాలీ అయినాయి మేడం బాగా.
వెరీ నైస్,
100%
వెరీ నైస్.
అదే.
ఓకే
మా అత్త, మా చెల్లెలు కొడుకు కూడా హస్త నక్షత్రమే, చెయ్యి రైట్ హ్యాండ్ ఇక్కడ కట్ అయిపోయింది యాక్సిడెంట్ లో, బట్ స్టిల్ యాక్టివ్ గా ఉన్నాడు. ప్రతి వాళ్ళు ఇంప్రెస్ చేస్తారు, రెస్పెక్ట్ ఇస్తారు, చాలా జాయ్ఫుల్ గా ఉన్నాడు, బాగా టాలీ అయింది అన్ని పాయింట్స్.
వెరీ నైస్ సార్, వెరీ నైస్.
షేర్ చేస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్.
మీ నటరాజ్.
లక్ష్మీ నటరాజ్. నేను అదే ఉత్తర పాల్గొని అంతా ఒకటేనా మేడం?
లేదు, వేరేమా, వేరే. ఉత్తర భాద్ర వేరే, ఉత్తర ఫాల్గుని వేరే.
అవును, ఇట్లా ఉత్తర భాద్ర లానలేదు నక్షత్రంలోగా అంటాను.
ఇంకా రావాలా, ఇంకా సీక్వెన్స్, ఇంకా మధ్య ఇంతవరకునే కదా అయిండేది, హస్త వరకునే అయిండేది కదా, ఇంకా ఎన్నో నక్షత్రాలు ఉన్నాయి.
కాదు 27 మీరు 27 నక్షత్రాలు చెప్తారు కదా మీరు, అట్లా ఉత్తర భాద్ర లేదు కదా?
ఉంది 27 నక్షత్రాల్లో ఉంది ఉత్తర భాద్ర.
ఓకే, మీరు చెప్పింది క్యారెక్టర్స్ అంతా మ్యాచ్ అవుతా ఉంది, ఆల్మోస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ అవుతా ఉంది. మా అయింది హస్త నక్షత్రము, మా అమ్మాయి ఏదో ఉత్తర భాద్ర అది.
ఓకే,
అంతే, ఆల్మోస్ట్ మ్యాచ్ అవుతా ఉంది.
వెరీ నైస్ మా, వెరీ నైస్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
ఓకే మా, ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్
పద్మజ.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్.
Class is going very well, ma'am.
థ్యాంక్స్ మా.
Ma'am, నాకిను అన్ని ఆల్మోస్ట్ 80% మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్, మీరు చెప్తా ఉండేదంతాను చాలా ఖుషి అవుతా ఉంది. వీఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ సో మచ్. మ్యామ్, ఒకటి సన్న డౌట్, యు ఆర్ టెలింగ్ ఆల్ ద క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఆఫ్ నక్షత్రాస్ నో మ్యామ్. క్యాన్ యూ గివ్ us దే ఫేవరెట్ స్టోన్ కలర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ మ్యామ్? బికాస్ కొందరు చెప్తారు రాశి ప్రకారం వేసుకోవాలా స్టోన్ అది అనేసి, కొందరు నక్షత్ర ప్రకారం
జెమ్ స్టోన్స్ నెసెసిటీ ఉంటేనే వేసుకోవాలమ్మా, ఊరికే నెసెసిటీ లేకుండా వేసుకునే అవసరం లేదు స్టోన్స్. అది జెమ్ స్టోన్ కంప్లీట్ డిఫరెంట్ టాపిక్ అది. అది మనము ఎట్లా వేసుకోవాలా అనేది రాశిను నక్షత్రం రెండు కాదు, అది వేరే మెథడ్ లో చూడాలా. అది మీకు కావాల్సింటే కన్నా ఆఫ్టర్ ఐ ఫినిష్ ఆల్ దీస్ క్లాసెస్ ఒక క్లాస్ కావాల్సింటే అది ఒకటి తీసుకుంటామంట.
ఓకే మ్యామ్, can you give us the stone and color for that specific nakshatra, ma'am?
దాంట్లో ఇచ్చిన
I think you have given for one nakshatra.
బట్ అదేం యూజ్ అయ్యలేదు, అదేం అక్కర్లేదు. యూ డోంట్ రిక్వైర్ దట్. సో ఎంత నెసెసిటీ ఉందో అంతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చినాను నేను. అది అదేం రిక్వైర్డ్ లేదు, మీకు నెసెసిటీ లేదు ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్.
ఓకే మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful class.
Welcome, ma'am.
Hasta Nakshatra 100% matching, ma'am.
Very
I've
nice.
seen
Wow.
lots of ups and downs. So you
Oh,
said it is permanently not wealthy, permanently not poor. It is so
correct.
much matching.
Oh,
And for Ashlesha Nakshatra, you didn't mention about that dosha. Usually they tell అత్తగారు లాక్కూడదు అతర you didn't
hmm.
mention.
ఏమేమో
అత్తగారు
ఏం
ఉండకూడదు అని చెప్తారు కదా ఆశ్లేష నక్షత్రానికి. That how serious that topic is.
యాక్చువల్లీ అది కంప్లీట్ ఒక వేరే టాపిక్. అది చెప్తారు. బట్ ఏమన్నా అత్తగారికి జాతకం రియలీ స్ట్రాంగ్ ఉండి లైఫ్ లైన్ బాగుంటే ఏం ప్రాబ్లం అయ్యలేదు మాది.
ఇది సర్పెంట్ అంటారు కదా,
అవును.
స్టింగింగ్ క్లింగింగ్ స్టార్ అని.
అవును.
నిజంగా అది క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉంటుంది అట్లే, బికాజ్ ఆశ్లేష అంటే కొంచెం జోరు జాస్తి, కోపం
జోర్
జాస్తి.
కాదు. నో జోర్ కాదు. వాళ్ళు జోర్ కాదు. ఒకతర ఏమిటంటే గట్టిగా పట్టుకొనేస్తారు. ఇఫ్ దే లైక్ సంథింగ్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ దే ఏదే కానీ ఒక ఐటమ్ గానీ ఒక మనిషిని గానీ ఒకతర సానా అంటుకొనేస్తారు. ఒకతర గట్టిగా పెట్టుకొనేస్తారు అటాచ్మెంట్. ఇప్పుడు పాము ఇప్పుడు ఏమిటికన్నా మీరు చూసినారా అది ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది అని, ఇదైతే చుట్టుకొనేస్తుంది పాము దానికి.
కరెక్ట్. ఇడిపించుకునేది కష్టము.
నేచర్.
ఇడిపించుకునేది కష్టము.
విడిపించుకునే కష్టం. ఒకతర చుట్టుకొనేస్తుంది. ఆ తర నేచర్ ఆశ్లేష నక్షత్రంకి. వాళ్ళు ఒకతర ఏమిటన్నా పెట్టుకుంటే గట్టిగా పెట్టుకొనేస్తారు. విడిపించుకునే కష్టం.
ఓకే, సరే. థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
ఓకే.
శ్రీకృష్ణ.
హలో మ్యామ్. ఇప్పుడు నమస్తే మ్యామ్. ఆశ్లేష నక్షత్రంకు ఆశ్లేష పూజకు అని చెప్తారు కదా, అది ఏమైనా కనెక్షన్ ఉందా? ఎలాంటి కేతు కూడా ఇదే నక్షత్రంలో
సర్పదోషము అంతా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆశ్లేష నక్షత్రం దిని పూజ చేయండి అంటారు. లేకపోతే అది ఆశ్లేష బలి అని చెప్తారు. ఆ నక్షత్రం దినము ఆ పూజ ఏమో ఉంటుంది, దానికి కనెక్షన్. పర్సనలీ ఆ నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టిండే వాళ్ళకి అది పూజ చేయించాలని ఏమీ లేదు. బికాజ్ ఆ నక్షత్రానికి అధిదేవత వచ్చి సర్పాలు నాగలే కాబట్టి ఆశ్లేష పూజ అని చెప్పేది. అది వేరే, ఇది వేరే. దానికి మనం ఆ నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టినాము అంటే ఆ దోషం ఉంది అని కాదు అర్థం.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఆశ్లేష నక్షత్రానికి ఆశ్లేష పూజకు ఏమీ కనెక్షన్ లేదన్నమాట.
ఆశ్లేష పూజ అనేది ఆ నాగల్కి సంబంధించిన పూజ, అందుకే దానికి ఆ పేరు ఆశ్లేష పూజ అని. అంతే. దానికి
ఎలాంటి ఇక్కడ కేతు కూడా ఇదే నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టిండేది అని చెప్పారు కదా.
అవును. అంత సర్పాలకంతా అది ఆ నక్షత్రంతో కనెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. కేతు గాని ఆ నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టిండేది.
ఓకే మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
శ్రీనివాసులు.
నమస్తే మేడం.
నమస్తే సార్.
ఇది అట్ ది టైమ్ ఆఫ్ బర్త్ వేర్ మూన్ ఈజ్ పొజిటెడ్, దట్ ఈస్ జన్మరాశి కదా మేడం?
కరెక్ట్ సార్.
ఒక్కొక్క రాశికి అందాజుగా 2 నక్షత్రాలు ఉంటాయి.
రాశికి నక్షత్రం ఏమంటారు?
ఒక్కొక్క రాశి 2 నక్షత్రాలకు ఒక రాశి ఉంటుంది కదా.
2 నక్షత్రాలకు ఒక రాశి.
9 పాదాలు కదా. 9 పాదాలు.
ఒక రాశిలో 9 పాదాలు ఉంటుంది సార్.
9 పాదాలు అంటే ఒక్కొక్క నక్షత్రానికి
2.25 నక్షత్రాలు ఉంటుంది ఒక రాశిలో.
ఒక్కొక్క నక్షత్రానికి 4 పాదాలు అయితే 4, 4, 8 ఇంకోటి 9 అంటే 9 పాదాలు అవుతుంది.
కరెక్ట్ సార్, కరెక్ట్.
అందాజుగా ఒక రాశికి 2 నక్షత్రాల సంబంధం ఉంటుంది.
అవును సార్, 2 నక్షత్రాలు ఇంకొక నక్షత్రం ఒక పాదం
ఉంటుంది కదా.
అవును సార్.
రాశి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ తర్వాత నక్షత్రం క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ సిమిలర్ గా ఉంటాయా లేకపోతే డిఫర్ అవుతాయా?
ఇప్పుడు రాశిది ఒక క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ నక్షత్రానికి వస్తుంది.
సిమిలర్ గా ఉంటుంది.
ఒక నక్షత్రానికి రాశి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ వస్తుంది, ఒక అధిదేవత అది క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ వస్తుంది. ఆమెకి యా ప్లానెట్ ఆ రాశిని రూల్ చేస్తుందో ఆ ప్లానెట్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ వస్తుంది. ఇవన్నీ అర్థం చేసుకునే దానికే మనకి సింబల్ ఉండేది. ప్రతి నక్షత్రానికి ఒక సింబల్ ఉంది. ఆ సింబల్ జ్ఞాపకం పెట్టుకుంటే ఆ నక్షత్రానికి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఏమి అని మనం టక్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు. ఎలాంటే 27 నక్షత్రాలు ఒక్కొక్క నక్షత్రానికి ఎన్నెన్నో క్వాలిటీస్ మనకి టక్ అని మనకి మనకి జ్ఞాపకం వచ్చేలేదు. అందుకోసం ప్రతి ఒక్క నక్షత్రానికి ఒక గుర్తు వచ్చేలే. మనకి ప్రతి ఒక్క నక్షత్రానికి ఒక సింబల్ అని ఇచ్చినారు. ఆ సింబల్ గుర్తు పెట్టుకుంటే మనం అట్లీస్ట్ కొన్ని క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ చెప్పొచ్చు ఆ నక్షత్రం గురించి.
ఇప్పుడు
నాగస్వాతి.
హలో మేడం,
చెప్పండి సార్.
హలో. ఈ
చెప్పండి సార్.
జన్మ రాశి కనుక్కునేది ఈజీ, జన్మ లగ్నం కనుక్కునేది కష్టం కదా మేడం?
ఎందుకు సార్, అదేం కష్టమేం లేదే. దానికి కొన్ని క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ ఉంటుంది లగ్నం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసేకి. ఆ మ్యాథమెటికల్ పార్ట్ నేను చెప్పించిందిలే, కానీ మీరు యాప్ లో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా వేస్తే దాంట్లో జన్మ లగ్నం యాడుంది, యా రాశిలో ఉంది అని చూపించేస్తుంది. అది
వస్తుంది, కానీ మీరు ఇంతవరకు ఇంకా క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చెప్పలేదు కదా?
క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ నేను చెప్పిస్తా ఉండలేదు సార్, యావది నేను క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ చెప్పిస్తా ఉండలే. ఎలాంటే అది కష్టం అవుతుంది అర్థం చేసుకోనికి, అందరికీ అది అర్థం అయ్యలేదు.
ఓకే ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్.
నాగస్వాతి.
నమస్తే మ్యామ్.
నమస్తే మా.
మ్యామ్ మీ క్లాసెస్ చాలా బాగుంది మ్యామ్.
థ్యాంక్స్ మా.
మ్యామ్ మీరు డయటీ ఒకటి ప్లానెట్ ఒకటి చెప్పొత్రి కదా ప్రతి ఒక్క స్టార్ కిను. దాంట్లో పుష్య నక్షత్రకి రెండు డయటీ కూడా ಮತ್ತೆ ప్లానెట్ కూడా రెండు ప్లానెట్సే కదా మ్యామ్? జూపిటర్ డయటీ.
పుష్య నక్షత్రానికి మాత్రము డైటీ గాని బృహస్పతి గురునే. ఆమెకి ద ప్లానెట్ విచ్ రూల్స్ పుష్య నక్షత్ర ఇస్ సాటర్న్. సో ఇడ డైటీ ఆమెకి ఇది ప్లానెట్ రెండును ప్లానెట్స్ అవుతాయి. అవును, కరెక్ట్ మా.
ఇది డిఫరెంట్ ఇది ఉండేదా మ్యామ్?
ఏమ్మా?
హలో
ఏమి?
మ్యామ్ అవి రెండు ఇది ఏమైనా వేరే ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా మ్యామ్?
అదే అందుకోసమే
రెండు ప్లానెట్స్ అయి ఉండడానికి ఏమైనా ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ వేరే తర
నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఈడ గురువునే డైటీ ఫర్ పుష్య నక్షత్ర. సో గురు క్వాలిటీస్ వస్తుంది, సాటర్న్ క్వాలిటీస్ వస్తుంది. పుష్య నక్షత్రము కర్కాటక రాశిలో ఉండే కోసం చంద్రన్ క్వాలిటీస్ వస్తుంది. అన్ని మూడు క్వాలిటీస్ వస్తుంది ప్రతి నక్షత్రానికి అట్లే.
మ్యామ్ అనదర్ డౌట్ మ్యామ్. మ్యామ్ వన్ మోర్ డౌట్ మ్యామ్. మ్యామ్ ఇది రాహు కేతుది మీరు స్ట్రాంగ్ పొజిషన్ వీక్ పొజిషన్ అని చెప్పిండ్రు కదా, ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. అది ಯಾವ ತರ మ్యామ్? స్ట్రాంగ్ యావది వీక్ యావది అని ఎట్లా మ్యామ్ తెలుస్తుంది?
స్ట్రాంగ్ పొజిషన్ అంటే కన్నా ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అది ఆమెకి చెప్తాను. ఎగ్జాల్టెడ్ హౌసెస్ అన్ని ఉంటాయి దానికి. ఆమెకి రాహు కేతుది పొజిషన్స్ తెలియాలా అంటే భావాస్ తెలియాలా, అది చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీకు చెప్తాను.
ఓకే మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
ఓకే, వెల్కమ్.
నందిని.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మ్యామ్.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ మా.
మ్యామ్ నాకు డౌట్ ఏమునింది అంటే, ఇప్పుడు మనము చంద్రుడు ఉండే పొజిషన్ చూసి యావ్ రాశి అనేది తెలుసుకుంటాము, కానీ నక్షత్రం తెలుసుకోవాలంటే మనం యాప్ లో వేస్తేనే తెలుస్తుందా, లేదా దానికి ఏమైనా ఒక వే ఉందా మ్యామ్? యావ్ నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టిన
అది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ డిగ్రీస్ మీకు తెలిస్తే, ఒక్కొక్క నక్షత్రం స్పాన్ ఎంత డిగ్రీస్ తెలిస్తే అట్లే చెప్పొచ్చు. బట్ మీకు అది తెలుసలే కాబట్టి మీరు యాప్ లో వేస్తే కదా క్లీన్ గా మీకు ఈజీగా తెలిసిపోతుంది. బికాస్ 30 degrees ఒక రాశి ఉంటే 13-20 degrees వరకు ఫస్ట్ పాదం ఉంటుంది. 13-20 ఇంకా వేరే వస్తుంది నక్షత్రాలు. ఆ స్పాన్ తెలియాలా మీరు, నక్షత్రాల స్పాన్. అప్పుడు మీకు ಯಾವ నక్షత్రంలో పుట్టినారో అని మీరు అట్లే చూసినప్పుడే చెప్పచ్చు. అది మీకు తెలియదు కాబట్టి మీరు యాప్ లో వేస్తే వెరీ ఈజీ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ఇన్ విచ్ నక్షత్ర అని.
మ్యామ్ అది నక్షత్రాల పొజిషన్ వచ్చి ఎప్పుడు అది ఫిక్స్డ్ మ్యామ్ ఈ రాశిలో? ఈ
నక్షత్రాస్ ఎప్పుడు ఫిక్స్డ్ మా. రాశి పొజిషన్ ఫిక్స్డ్, నక్షత్రాలు పొజిషన్ ఫిక్స్డ్. జోడియాక్ సైన్ లో ప్లానెట్స్ మాత్రం మూవ్ అవుతా ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఏమిటికి డౌట్ వచ్చింటే, మా మామగారిది యాక్చువల్ గా చెప్పింది పునర్వసు నక్షత్రం అని, కానీ వాళ్ళకి యావది పునర్వసు నక్షత్రం క్యారెక్టర్స్ మ్యాచ్ కాలేదు, కానీ నెక్స్ట్ నక్షత్రంది మ్యాచ్ అవుతా ఉండే. సో దానికి ఎట్లా గుర్తవుతుంది అని అడుగుతుంది.
అదేమన్నా పుట్టిండే టైం ఏం వేసిండారో, వాళ్ళ ఆయనాంశ ఏం యూజ్ చేసిండారో తెలీదు మనకి.
ఓకే, సో ఆ తర్వాత కరెక్షన్స్ వచ్చేది ఇప్పుడు మనం యాప్ లో వేస్తే చేంజెస్ మనకు గుర్తవుతుంది కదా మ్యామ్?
కరెక్షన్స్ మనం ఏం టైం వేస్తామో ఆ ప్రకారంగా నక్షత్రం చూపిస్తుంది అది. సో టైం రాంగ్ ఉంటే కన్నా ఏమి చేసేకాయాల.
ఓకే ఓకే మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
ఓకే.
మమతా ఆనంద్. అడగండి మమతా ఆనంద్.
నమస్తే మ్యామ్, క్లాస్ చాలా బాగుంది. చాలా కష్టమైతుంది రాంగ్ రాంగ్ వింటాందా మ్యామ్?
వినిపిస్తాను, చెప్పండి.
ఇప్పుడు పుబ్బ నక్షత్రానికి పూర్వ పల్గుని అంటారు. ఏమిటి మేడం ఆತರ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఇట్లా పేరు?
కన్ఫ్యూజన్ అయ్యేట్ల పేరు అంటే
కొంచెం పుబ్బ అంటే ఇప్పుడు పూర్వ పలుగుని
ఇట్స్
ఇంకా
ఎ
చెప్తే
షార్ట్
కొందరికి
నేమ్.
అర్థమవుతుంది.
ఇప్పుడు
ఓ
షార్ట్ నేమ్
అట్లనా?
అంతే అది. ఇట్స్ ఎ షార్ట్ నేమ్ అంతే. ఇప్పుడు పూర్తి పూర్వ ఫాల్గుని అని చెప్పేకి ఎంత పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఎందుకో షార్ట్ చేసింటారు కదా నేమ్స్.
ఆ, ఆ, ఆ.
ఆ తర్వాత పూర్వ
ఉత్తర
ఫాల్గుని కూడా
పల్గుని
షార్ట్
అంటే
చేసేస్తారు.
ఉత్తర నక్షత్ర.
ఉత్తరా నక్షత్రం అంటారు. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ టెలింగ్ ద హోల్ నేమ్
ఇప్పుడు
దే హావ్ జస్ట్ షార్టెండ్ ఇట్.
ఇప్పుడు మేము తమిళనాడులో ఉన్నాము, పురా నక్షత్రం అని చెప్పాలా వాళ్ళకి, అదేమని మేడం అది అర్థమవుతుంది. పుబ్బ నక్షత్రం అంటే వాళ్ళకి అర్థమవుతుంది, పురా నక్షత్రం అంటే అర్థమవుతుంది ఏమని.
అదే వాళ్ళు తమిళ్లో పేర్లు వేరే ఉన్నాయమ్మా.
ఓకే ఓకే
నేను చెప్తా
ఓకే
ఉండేదంతా
మేడం.
సాంస్క్రిట్ నేమ్స్. నేను చెప్తా ఉండేదంతా సాంస్క్రిట్ నేమ్స్. జ్యోతిష్యంలో ఇచ్చిండే పేర్లు
చెప్పు.
నేను చెప్తుండేది. తమిళనాడులో దే
ఓకే
హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ నేమ్స్. సో వాళ్ళు యార్ పేర్లు యూస్
ఓకే
చేస్తారో ఐఎమ్ నాట్ షూర్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. బట్ నేను చెప్తా అంటే ద
ఓకే.
సాంస్క్రిట్ ఒరిజినల్ నేమ్స్.
ఇప్పుడు మోస్ట్లీ పూర్వ పల్గొని అంటే పుబ్బ, ఉత్తర పల్గొని అంటే ఉత్తర
ఉత్తర.
నక్షత్రం అంతా అండర్స్టాండ్
కరెక్ట్
చేస్తాను సార్.
కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్.
కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంది మేడం మీరు చెప్పేది. పుబ్బకి నాకు ఎప్పుడు చూసా రిలాక్సేషన్ గానే ఉంటుంది, ఇంటికి పోతానట్లే బెడ్ దా పుడుకుతుంది మనసు, అది మాత్రం ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా టాలీ అవుతుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం, క్లాసెస్ అంతా బాగుంది కానీ ఫాలో చేసే కొంచెం కష్టమైతుంది, టైం సాల్తా
మీరు
మేడం.
మీరు ఏం
ఓకే.
చేయాలంటే ఆ పీడిఎఫ్ పంపించేదాన్ని చదవాలా, తిరిగి రికార్డింగ్స్ ఎట్లో మీకు ఈసారి ఈ సెషన్ లో మీకు అందరికి రికార్డింగ్స్ దొరుకుతా ఉంది. లాస్ట్ సెషన్స్ వాళ్ళకి అందరికి రికార్డింగ్స్ యావది ఉండలే, మీకు అట్లీస్ట్ రికార్డింగ్స్ ఉంది. సో యూ హ్యావ్ దట్ ఫెసిలిటీ. మీరు ఎప్పుడన్నా కావాలంటే వినొచ్చు. బికాజ్ దీంట్లో మ్యాటర్ ఎంత ఉంది అంటే కన్నా నేను స్లోగా పోతా అంటే ఎన్ని నెలలైనా ఫినిష్ అయ్యలేదు. అస్ట్రాలజీ ఈజ్ అ వెరీ వెరీ వాస్ట్ సబ్జెక్ట్. నేను దాన్ని ఎంత షార్ట్ చేసినానో మ్యాటర్ అంత ఉంది. సో నేను ఐ హ్యాడ్ టు టెల్ ఇన్ దట్ స్పీడ్ ఓన్లీ. ఇప్పుడు నేను 2 hours క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటే 1 నిమిషం బ్రేక్ తీసుకోకుండా చెప్తాను, అంత మ్యాటర్ ఉంది. సో ఏం చేయాలంటే మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంది అంటే మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే ప్రతి దినము రివైజ్ చేయాలి. ఏం చేయండి అంటే నేను పంపించిన పీడిఎఫ్ ని ప్రింట్అవుట్ తీసుకున్నాయండి. మొబైల్లోనో దీంట్లోనో చూసే బదులు ప్రింట్అవుట్ తీసుకున్నాయండి. ప్రింట్అవుట్ తీసుకునేసి బైండ్ చేసి పెట్టుకున్నాయండి. మీకు ఎప్పుడు టైం దొరుకుతుందో ప్రతి దినము చదవండి. బికాజ్ ఇది మ్యాటర్ మనకి మైండ్ లో రావాలా అంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ సమ్ టైమ్. మనము దానికి అని ఒక అస్ట్రాలజీకి ఒక అర్ధ గంటనో 3/4 గంటలోనో పెట్టేస్తే కన్నా ప్రతి దినము అది చదువుతా ఉంటే కన్నా వచ్చేస్తుంది. చాలా ప్రాక్టికల్ అండ్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్.
ఓకే మేడం, ఐ విల్ ట్రై మ్యామ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం ఫర్ క్లాసెస్ మ్యామ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే మా వెల్కమ్ మా.
Thank you, madam. I think that's the end of today's questions. We are on time as well. Thank you very much for an amazing session again.
Thank you so much, sir. I just hope that everybody found this session interesting and helpful. I know there's an overload of information, but it is inevitable. It has to be done, but you have to take it more like a story. You should not be too serious about it. Just take it lightly and do more of revisions. Go through the the recordings. It will help you. That's the only way. And it's a practical subject, whenever you are listening to something, you can immediately correlate it with the person whom you know. Then it will become very easy to understand. So we can do that. And now since we have finished planets, rashis, how about a test? What do you say?
Yes, madam. Yes.
We can give a test to our students. It will be an open test. They all have the PDF. They have all the material available. When we give the questions, they can just write down the answers and they can keep it with them. In the next session, I'll reveal the answers and they can check for themselves whether what they have written is right or not.
Yes.
Let's think about it. If everybody is okay with it, we'll give a simple test covering.
Sure, madam. I think they have to first participate in the poll as well, which we are posting. Not many of them are participating there. So
yeah, that's a wonderful thing that you're doing, sir. Because at least in that way, people will go through the PDF. And you're also specifically telling in which session this is given. So it becomes much easier. Okay. Anyway, it's a good job. Good job, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Everybody found the session interesting. So wishing all of you a very, very happy Varmahalakshmi and a wonderful weekend. See you all next week on Thursday. Good night.